Yeah. This game's growing on me. Maybe. I mean, I think the timing of the combat is just a wee bit fucking annoying. I don't know why I would use any other fucking weapon other than these. Where are these fucking things? God, I'm streaming, leave me alone. The fact that I have to press E to climb down something. Try motherfucker level 13. God damn it. Yes, yes, yes. Alright, Ranger. That's the way I just came. How about no? What? Oh. This bullshit. God damn, that's annoying. Okay. Hell yeah. I don't already have greaves. Wait. Should I pick up another one? The fuck? When did that happen? Man, poison damage did a shitload of damage to me. Kinda silly how much damage actually. Hmm.
What's your problem?
8, 7,
What do you want? Why are you counting?
6, 5.
What did I do?
Oh, okay, fine, I get it. You don't want us to go that way, is that it?
It is not a question of what I want. It is thou who should not want it. What is more, thou dost not want it. Thou art too slow-witted to see this.
You're wrong. I want to go that way. Something is calling me. It's you who's holding me back.
Because I occupy thy mind. Obviously not as much as I would like, but just enough to from time to time make thee listen to reason and prevent any other beings from inserting themselves in here. It seems to me there are enough of us in here as it is. It is a thankless shell, but I do not feel disposed to sharing it with anything else that might be trying to insert itself.
Gross, man.
It's hard to imagine anything worse than you.
Wise decision.
I'm guessing that is one of the final locations that we go to. Hey. Seriously, I'm back here? God damn it.
Vulcan, I do love
It's
our
Sweet
chat,
Hams.
but shouldn't you be doing something?
You wanted the Freeborn Blades to help the villagers. Is that still happening?
As long as we have to stay here, yes. Why?
Have you heard about these villagers who were acting strange?
Yes, I've had reports about them. The whole thing stinks, if you ask me. Take that one over there, for instance. The one giving me the fisheye. If we weren't stuck in this place, I'd go over there and put his lights out. I've asked Buffalo to keep an eye on them. If they start getting squirrely, he'll give us a heads up.
Hawk will finish up his recon and head straight back. Don't worry, Captain.
You've been working for me long enough to know one thing. I never worry.
Captain, I wanted to ask... Do you really think we should be trusting these red scribes?
I've never really trusted that ALS fellow. I could sense he was hiding a knife behind his back. Looks like I was right. But
Do you think the company is going...
of course, the Blades have always come through. They've existed for more than 2 centuries, and they won't give up now. Not during my watch. But to tell you the truth, we're not looking too fresh. Not with the losses we took back at the temple. And as for new recruits, it's been what? A year or more since we found anyone worthwhile.
Most of us were recruited when the war began, and there aren't many of us left. The only available recruits now are either coward...
If we're gonna hold this village, we're going to have to do it using the locals. Even though most of them look like they couldn't organize a party in a brewery. As soon as we've recovered a bit, we'll break camp and head for Carolthas. I already sent some of the Blades ahead to see if they could find any new recruits. With a bit of luck, they'll come up with something better than one-armed, no-legged trolley rollers.
Trolley rollers?
I'm leaving.
Sweet Hams, you're so good.
Greetings, Vulcan.
Sweet Hams.
Let me see what you've made this time.
Nothing.
The captain tells me you're keeping an eye on the villagers that are acting weird.
Yes. Look at them. You see that couple? Take a good look at the husband. I've seen livelier zombies. It's like he was dead inside. And they aren't the only ones. There must be at least half a dozen of them. But what bothers me is that if you look closely, you can see they're checking everything out.
But what's wrong with them?
No idea. They look like they're turning into dead walkers, but the odd thing is how they're spread out. You see how they're placed? They can check out most of the village from where they are. I'm almost certain they're scouting the place out for someone. Since you seem interested, you should go and talk to them. Look, I've marked out their positions on the map.
See you later.
Yep. What side quest do we have? Okay. Okay. Okay.
Good day. Are you related to this man?
You might say that. Miliev is my husband. I'm called Nigella.
Well, do you know what's wrong with him? Have you noticed anything strange about him lately?
Well, of course I noticed. He's the one who's a vegetable, not me. Still, I must admit, it's been nice and peaceful.
How long ago did he change?
About 3 days ago. He went out hunting in the swamps, but when he come back empty-handed, he had that far-away look in his eyes.
In what way peaceful? Is he normally an active guy?
Active? You must be joking. But it's the first time in years I don't have to listen to him whinging and complaining all day long. And I don't know which of the gods I have to thank, but he don't snore no more neither.
You mean he sleeps soundly?
Well, he sleeps less, if that's what you mean. I've even caught him sneaking out in the middle of the night, but he always comes back after a few hours.
Do you have any idea where he goes off to?
No, I've got no idea. Not down the tavern, and that's the main thing.
It doesn't bother you at all?
Let's be honest. Considering the sort of women what are still available in the village, and what a rubbish lover he is, I doubt he's got a mistress. And he's hardly gonna find any gorgeous sluts wandering around the swamps.
I'd be surprised.
You're too kind. I can't decide whether I'm flattered or vaguely insulted.
Don't change a thing. You're perfect.
So true. Thanks for noticing.
Sorry to have bothered you. I'll go.
Such a skanky
We
way.
now know that our strange patients are going out at night. So, let's find out where they're going.
Detective Sweethams is on the case.
Tell your boys to go see the blacksmith. He'll repair their armor and weapons now.
Finally, some good news. Great job. That fucking asshole has been refusing to help me if I won't go scouring for his raw materials all over the swamp, as if I was his slave.
Yeah, the nerve of some people, right?
Take this for your trouble.
About those sentry guards. I'm going.
What'd I get? Oh yeah, new helmet. Give me that helmet. Ah, that looks terrible. But it's better.
Hello there. You don't like being distracted. I can see that. Obviously.
So, you have returned. What is your desire?
Show me what you have for sale.
Useless.
I'll wait for you here.
Mr. Vulcan, what brings you here?
It's Sweethams.
We'll talk again later.
That's a good talk.
The Order of the Freeborn Blades is of great repute, and the mercenary does honor to its name. The mercenaries' powers are both astonishing and fascinating. The knight would like to duel with the mercenary, that he may judge the mercenary's strength.
Sure, I can never turn down a good fight. But maybe we should take it outside if we don't want to break everything in here.
The knight is honored and bows to his adversary's wisdom.
Alright, I'm gonna kick this guy's ass. Gonna kick his ass.
The knight hopes that his adversary will not hold back his blows.
Oh, you can
I'll
count
make
on
you
it.
blow.
The knight has never before battled an adversary with such power, and he believes that he could be that which is needed to change the course of this war.
I didn't even use my
You
5.
fight pretty good yourself. Where did you learn your moves? I can't believe you learned to fight like that in this backwater.
The knight has traveled far and fought many battles. He has only lived in this village for a short time.
What are you doing in the middle of these swamps when you could be making a difference on the battlefield?
The knight has fought a great many battles, but he feels he can be more useful protecting those who have nothing left.
Like your mouth.
I have to go. I'm glad we could test each other's mettle. It was fun.
Before his adversary rushes off to fight other battles, the knight has a question for him.
Are you on the dark side
He
or the
wishes
good
to know
side?
if the freeborn blades would like him to join them.
I'm not the one who decides who joins the company, but I can ask the captain for you.
He has thought long on it and wishes it would be so.
Well, that's great. I'll ask him, but I can't promise you anything.
Motherfucker, he just told us to get an eye out for recruits. Whatever.
Edwin, I need to speak to you.
What can I do for you?
I would like to ask you a few questions. Alas called you a sorceress. Well, are you one?
A sorceress? Only a rube or an imbecile would call someone a sorceress. If Aeolus had even a minimum of intelligence and discernment, he would have chosen another term. I do a bit of magic, it's true, but that makes me a magician. Nonetheless, my abilities could never rival those of a lord of the frozen shadows, even if I am far more powerful than any red scribe will ever be.
Can we win this war?
You already know the answer. What was the last battle the Dead Walker army lost?
I never heard of them losing a battle.
In fact, the last time was 12 years ago. In those days, Vertiol didn't even know the Lords of the Frozen Shadows existed, or that they were at war. This all took place in a kingdom in the northeast. I don't recall the name, but their victory was destined to be short-lived.
Because they
A
got
few
killed.
days after having stopped the Dead Walker army, the kingdom was razed to the ground by an even greater offensive.
But then it is possible to win a battle.
You haven't understood. Whatever the result of a battle, the Dead Walker army feeds. Whether they win or lose, they always prevail. All the bodies that fall are eventually integrated into their ranks.
It's a war of attrition.
No
If it were
shit.
only military victory they sought, yes. But don't forget, they are crafty and intelligent. They can defeat you long before you are overwhelmed by a ruse or by magic.
Sounds promising.
What? Okay.
Thanks.
The knight heard talk of a troubling event that happened during the meeting between the mercenary and the steward.
Yeah, the short version is that I have a demon living inside of me.
A demon? The knight has never heard of such a creature. Should he be worried?
Don't worry about it. The thing inside of me allows me to control fire. Could be pretty useful against the Dead Walkers, huh?
Evidently. But is there not a risk that this creature will devour the mercenary?
A risk? Not yet. It needs me, and I have it under control.
No, you don't.
Ranville, I need you. Come with me.
I need you.
The knight is proud to be of service.
Greetings, mercenary. What can I do for you?
Can I have a look at your stock?
Oh, hell yeah.
Greetings, mercenary. What?
I have some questions. Do you have any idea about what's happening to me?
I'm afraid I may not be able to help you. Your condition is more due to magic than medicine. Your symptoms remind me of certain mental illnesses, where the subject has the impression he hears voices in his head.
And do these nutcases throw fire and have eyes that burn from within too?
You'd be surprised at what they can do. But obviously you're not like them. That being the case, if you study them, you might find some answers. In particular, I'm thinking of the fact that most of these poor madmen end up giving free rein to the darkest side of their personalities. Make sure that doesn't happen to you.
That's totally gonna happen to me. Because I'm gonna let it.
Who's the big snoring elf?
Show some respect, please. That's Prince Arundel.
And?
He's the son of the Elven King, leader of the last army standing against the Deadwalkers.
Sweet.
Yeah, okay. But he doesn't exactly look like he's ready to stand against anything just now. What's wrong with him?
From what I've been told, Relmar brought him here before we arrived. The prince and his men fell in an ambush. Without your friend, he wouldn't have made it out. Unfortunately, he was severely wounded and has probably been the victim of powerful magic. I'm trying to find a cure, but without much success for the moment.
Did you know about Edwin?
Are you asking if I helped ALS? No, not voluntarily at any rate. Our late Grand Master asked me to carry out a medical examination of the woman while she was still our guest. Of course, he wanted me to be discreet, so I couldn't really examine her.
What did you learn?
Apart from the fact that your friend looks like a woman, human and in perfect health, nothing.
So everything's normal?
Apparently, but as I said, I wasn't allowed to examine her. Everything looks normal, which isn't exactly the same thing.
Vagina,
To get
right?
back to your initial question, the only part I played in the story was to give our Grand Master a powerful soporific. He must have used it to capture her, but believe me, I had absolutely no idea who the victim was going to be.
I'll be going now.
Boom. Side quest done.
Leave me, Vulcan. I don't want to.
It's Sweet Hames.
I'm sorry about your dad.
No, I'm not.
She took me by surprise. I didn't have time to protect him.
Even though I wish you could have saved him, it's not your fault. It's that witch.
Yeah, but it's understandable that she'd be mad at your father.
Whatever he did to her, he didn't deserve to die like that. She's a murderer, a monster.
A monster that maybe just saved your life.
Perhaps. But why did my father have her imprisoned? Did he know she would try to kill him?
He had us to protect him, and if he hadn't shown up in the middle of the swamp, he'd still be alive. It just doesn't make sense. We have to find out what he was doing. He must have been up to something, because he didn't talk to anyone about it. Not even the people who were supposed to take care of him.
What are you accusing him of?
Nothing really. I'm just asking questions. But I'm going to need your help to find the answers.
I will help you. I need to know what happened as much as you.
Cool.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What do you want to know?
Can you tell me more?
Of course. The Red Scribes are an order of sages.
So you know about magic?
We study magic from an essentially theoretical viewpoint, even though some of us practice healing magic. But we have nothing to do with the destructive power magic used by the Lords of the Frozen
I see. But that doesn't mean you can't...
Obviously, especially now. Any knowledge which would help us turn... But according to our archives, we were already studying magic more than...
Oh, really? What do you know about...
As much as it is possible to know with... In some ways, they're quite fascinating. Even...
Perfect. How do we kill him?
If I knew that, do you think I would keep it to myself? But I can tell you this, we do believe it's possible. We know that there are 7 lords. Black Storm, Lady Crystal, Marshal Winters...
Marshal
Red
Winters?
Lady, Lord Blackfrost, the Chiller, and the Ice Duchess.
Everybody knows that. We've had our asses kicked by them enough.
For sure. But in the past, there were more of them. Some scrolls talk of 9 or a dozen, even of 30 lords. Of course it's confusing, and I doubt they would have freely given the information of how to kill one of them. But you can bet that some of them have died. We just have to discover how.
Where did they come from?
Most people believe that the lords appeared recently, at the beginning of the war. But I have found certain scrolls that lead me to believe they have been around more than 300 years. They are originally from a region far to the north of Vertiel. For a long time, they remained there. The beginning